Good evening. Hello, 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 hello. Brandy, I see you in here. Welcome back, honey. Welcome back. So, hope you guys are doing well this evening. I'm a little tired. Tim left at, it was maybe 5:40, 5:45 this morning. Got up at 5 and, whew, been a long day. Oh, Brandy, I see you joined. Welcome. Welcome. So tonight, well, first of all, if you're new here, you're watching the replay, you don't know who I am. I'm Marilyn. My channel's Making with Marilyn. Hey, Patrice. And we are going to go way back old school tonight. We are going to design something. And then we are going to sublimate on this canvas board. I need to unwrap it yet. Using film. Do you guys remember that? When I started out five plus years ago, something like that, 4+ years ago, that's what I was doing for sublimation. And so I'm going to do that tonight just to show that in case anyone's new to sublimation out there. It's kind of a nice way to try things out when you start. But you remember that. But I also want to do the design. And I want to do the design in Silhouette and show you also in Cricut. Okay? Alrighty. So let me start by saying hello. Hey, Nicole. Welcome. Hey, Ruji and Sandra. Hey, Merlinda and Ethel, welcome, welcome. Hey, Zelda. Hey, Retired Crafter 22 from Retired Crafter 25. And again, Brandy, glad to see you here. Hey, Kelly, Alice B. Hi, Martha. Hey, Elba, so good to see you. Hope you guys are doing okay. Hey, Lolita and Daisy. Hi, Crafting Away. Gosh, it seems like a long time since I've seen you too. So many in here. Hey, Nicole and Yvonne. Hi, Lynetta. Hey, Sharon. Hey, Kristen. Hey, Jeannie. And Cheryl. Let's see. Hey, Deborah Browning and Mary Brown. Tanya. Hey. And Patrice, welcome. Glad you're here. Thank you. Hey, Loretta, welcome. And Dims, thanks so much for being here. We got to talk about Dims a little bit here in a little bit. Hey, Rhonda, welcome. And Jennifer C. Mills, welcome. And Marlene, hey, Addie. Hey, Bobby. Hey, Willie. And Keisha. Oh, thank you. I just did the video on this. I published it yesterday. And we're going to see some more of this design here in a minute. Welcome. Is it Shanae? Did I say it right? Shanae? If not, tell me how to say it. But welcome so much. You love summer, but not ready for summer vibes. Hey, Dorica. And Dorica passed the certification exam, and I think she's getting ready to graduate. So congratulations, Dorica. Hey, Donzel. And Mrs. JB, welcome. Hey, Shamika. And Beverly. Hey, Lucille. Kathleen. From Web City. Kathleen. Kathleen. I don't want to say the name of the town I'm from, but I'm not very far from you. Like, I go through Web City every time I go to Joplin, and it's like Web City's like 40 minutes. Hey, Sandra. Sorry about that. I just kind of went off. I was so excited because you don't see a lot of people from around here on YouTube, so it's very cool. Hey, Marlise. And Terry. All right, I'm going to go ahead and scroll down so that, hey, Annette, so that we can get started. And people that are watching the replay aren't like, girl, get on with it. Hey, Marta, welcome. And Renee, Jess's Craft Therapy, everyone that's coming in, Beverly Smith, Shay. All right, I'm scrolling down. If you had a question or something that I need to see, go ahead and put it again. But right now I'm at the bottom. And Gigi's Boutique, welcome. Now, I might have skipped over if Shanae told me if I said her name right. Hey, Denisha, welcome. And Unbiased, here's the birthday queen. Here's the birthday queen. Happy birthday. I have sang happy birthday on YouTube before. It was in little short segments, but I have. But I'm not. Just gonna, I'll call you and sing it. Thank you, Miss Jazzy G. Okay, so I did this in a video yesterday. This is DTF, but you could use this design for sublimation as well. Now, you can't really use it for just HTV because it has an ombre effect. It's a PNG. Shayna. Okay, thank you. Shayna. I see that now. Now, you could print it on like a DTV, direct DTV, direct to vinyl, and then cut your vinyl out. But with this design, this is a grunge. And so there's tons of little holes in this. So this version would be kind of difficult to do that with, but that would be an option. Sublimation would be very easy. Hey, Delonda, thanks for being here. Welcome. Hey, Stacy. Okay, so the video that I worked on last night and today, I'm editing it, is, look at this. I wanted to see what it looked like on a white background, but I didn't need a white shirt with it. So I put it on this. This is canvas, and that's DTF. And then the design we're going to work on tonight, and then we're going to go back to old school using the little vinyl or the film and the canvas. We're going to do something like this. Now, it doesn't need to be exactly like this because this is totally changeable. You can use any colors you want. You can take out lines. You can add lines. But this is what we're getting ready to start working on in a minute. Now, after we do this in Silhouette, I think I'm going to take it into Cricut too, because many of you might want to do something like this using heat transfer vinyl on wood. That's what I use on wood. I don't use regular vinyl on wood. I like heat transfer vinyl on wood. So if you want to follow along, if you have Silhouette and if you have a Creative Fabrica, I have the link to the design in the video description below. And so if you want to grab it and play along with me, that would be wonderful. Let's see. Stacy, did I say hi to you? Now I'm not sure. Leslie, welcome. It would be really, both of these, well, not this, but this would be really cute on a bag. It would be. Ooh, you could do a lot of different colors of bags too, since it's DTF. Or you could do some light colors if it's polyester with sublimation. Hey, Miss Joyce. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. But here's this one. Don't ruin your sign, Marilyn. Don't ruin your sign. I kind of got a little, oh, it'll be fine. It's going to be outside. It needs to be rustic, right? All right. So, hey, Karen. If I missed anyone, I do apologize. Everyone is welcome here. It's a wonderful community. Right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up my Silhouette Studio. I had the same issue that I had had before with Silhouette Studio. It didn't want to open. Before, when it didn't want to open, it would like bounce a couple times and it wouldn't open. Hey, Courtney, welcome. So that time, I just re-downloaded the software. Then I had to go into my security settings and I had to approve it. Well, it wouldn't open again this morning. So this time I did what Patrice said and I updated my operating system. And then it opened again. I haven't closed it down because I was worried, what if I can't get it open for tonight? If it isn't one thing, it's another. All right, let's see what all I have on here. Now, if you happen to see my desktop, just pretend like you don't, because I have gotten comments in videos about how bad my desktop is, and I know it. I know it. I know it's terrible. I feel like that light's too bright, but it'll be okay. All right, so let's go ahead and present. And let me share my screen. Ooh. Ooh. Hopefully it's going to do it. Now it's giving me some security thing because I updated my system, but I think we're going to be fine. I think it's going to, oh, no, it's not wanting to share. There it is. It was just me. It was just me. Hey, Cheryl. Hey, Kai. All right, so I can't really see, I mean, I see this tiny chat here, and I see some chat over here, but right now I'm no longer going to be able to see the chat. So I'll try to look up here once in a while. I have my phone here. Hey, One Virtuous Woman, welcome. Welcome, welcome. All right, let me go ahead and blow this up a little bit. This is Silhouette Studio Business Edition. Now, I use the Business Edition because I have to be able to save my designs as SVGs. So I design rhinestone templates in here. I have to be able to save them as SVGs. The Business Edition is the only Silhouette Studio version that lets you do that, because I don't cut with the Silhouette, and since I want to be able to sell my designs, I have to be able to save them as SVGs. Now, I did update my Silhouette Studio. Look, it looks different, and I really like it. I'm loving it. Now, I remember Delonda saying she couldn't update hers because she would lose some settings for something. I don't remember what it was, but Delonda, if you're still here and you can explain that, feel free to, because some people might not want to update so that they don't lose the same thing that you felt like you would lose. All right, so I have my canvas set to 12 by 12, and the canvas board that we're going to put this on is 12 by 12. So what I want to do is I want to say File, Merge. Now realize I have done this before because I did my video yesterday, last night, and today. So I have a version of it already, but I'm going to start from scratch. Oh, that's just a screenshot. All righty. So it's under the word porch. There you can see I have an SVG and a PNG. The reason I have an SVG and a PNG is I want to preserve the ability to change it again. So I have the SVG, but my DTF printer will not print an SVG. So let me open this and I'll show you all you have to do. So once you have a design that's an SVG and you want to make it into a PNG, you just go right up here to File, Save As. Let's say I'm going to save it to my hard drive, and then you can change the format right here. So for DTF, then I save it as a PNG, but we don't need to save this right now. Here's what we're starting with. How do you update Silhouette Studio? Okay, so I went into the website and I have an account there, and I did it through that. I just downloaded the latest version. Others using it and thought I did something wrong when you updated it. I really like it, Deborah. I really, really like it. Okay, so let's see how this came in. Okay, so it came in with Make Memories by itself. Every line, I believe, was by itself. Not all SVGs are going to come in like this, but if you are going to have the ability to change something, it's mainly going to be the most efficient, best way without tracing this, that, and the other would be through an SVG. Okay. So the first thing that I want to do is I want to get rid of a few things. Let me move all this over. It's too big, but I'm going to keep it big so that we can see it. So if anybody's kind of playing along in Silhouette, let me know. Now, I want to get rid of this Moment to Relax, and then I want to get rid of these stars. They came in, and each one is individual. And then I want to select everything, and the first thing I want to do is turn it a really light color. Doesn't really matter what that color is. And then I want to put the cut lines around it, because I want to see if there's anything that needs to be fixed, just in case I want to use this as a cut file. So I'm going to go to Panels, Line Style. If I click on the second thing, it shows me, it says line color. Right now it's on transparent. Let's turn the lines, the cut lines, black. All right, that's really small, but let me make it larger so we can kind of look. Okay, do we see cut lines in there? I do see cut lines, and I see the problem. And I knew this was a problem, which is what I want to show you first. Everything is okay with the exception. Look at these right here. So if you want to know if you're going to have a problem with cut lines, start off by changing it to light color and then add your cut lines. Kind of have to stay in the bushes. I'm waiting for the girls being called. Oh, awesome! Because of what I use to edit photos for engraving. Okay. All right. Thank you, Delonda. Okay, so then what I did was, I'll make it small. I'm going to ungroup this line. So I'm going to go up to Object and Ungroup. And I'm going to do a video on this. So if you're not following along right now, or you're like, Marilyn, I'm new to this, you're going too fast. Hey, Rushi, I am going to do a video on this. But I want to kind of explain it in this setting, not just in that video, because I'm going to give a lot more detail in this setting. All right, so everything is ungrouped. And let's just kind of, okay, that's not ungrouped. So let me go back so it's in the right place. So let's go back to Object and ungroup that. Okay, now we have this as an individual file. I do not want all those cut settings in there in case I decide to use this as a cut file on my Cricut or something like that. So the first thing I want to do is go up here and see what I can see. Let's try to make it a compound path. This is, first of all, no. Let's try to weld it, because that, you know, in Cricut makes those lines go away. And you can see I made some of them go away, but not all of them. So let's go back. I don't know if I unwelded the whole thing, but let's go to Object, try Convert to Path. Nothing's going to work. I've tried it. So to fix that so that it could be a cut file, here's what I did. I went ahead and I grouped the whole thing, and then a little tricky trick is to go over to Offset, click on it, click on the offset side, and then you can make it a tiny little offset. Let's just go 0.05, hit Enter, and then say Apply. Now let's see if that even did anything. There it is right back there. And if I turn it a color, you'll be able to see. Let me turn it a light color, and let me make sure that the line style is set to black. And you can see the only black lines now. It's a teeny tiny black line. Tiny black line. If there is a black line, there should be. Yeah, there is. Teeny tiny. Is around the outside. So I got rid of my cut lines, the ones I didn't want. So let's get rid of that. And then I'm going to go over here. This one's all broken up. This is what you would get if you tried to cut this right now. So we're going to get rid of that. And then we are just going to select this one. And let me get rid of that. We're going to hit Command-C for copy, Command-V for paste. Then we need to flip it horizontally and move it over. Okay. Now there's some more things about this line I don't really like. First of all, of course, you know I'm a little OCD. This circle is a lot further away from this circle than this circle is. So I'm going to select all three of those, and I'm going to go up to Object. I'm going to go to Align, and if I go right down here to space horizontally, I'll click on that, look and see what happens. They're spaced out correctly. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and group those. I'll do the same thing over here. Select all of them and align horizontally. Let's go back to Object and Group. Okay, now this one's closer to that thing than this one is, but I'm going to fix all that kind of systematically versus just kind of dragging here and there. And I'll show you what I mean by that here in just a minute. But I want to deal with this heart. I don't like the heart. First of all, I think it needs to be wider. And I would like it to be a tiny bit thicker than the other things. So I'm going to go back to my friend Offset, click on Offset, and then, oh, that's probably good. Click Apply. And then I always like to turn it a color so I can kind of see how big it is. And that's fine. Okay. We're not done with this line yet. Did I group these together? Okay, I did. So now, first of all, I'm going to move it over a little bit to give that heart some room. But I'm going to keep this selected, hold the Shift key down, add that to it, and I'm going to group those. Then I want to grab this, hold the Shift key, add that, and I'm going to group those. And here's why I'm doing all this. Because now I can center everything toward the middle of the page, and they're going to be spaced out just exactly how I want them. Hey, Angel, welcome. So I have this whole line selected. So I go up to Object, Align, and we're going to align center. And now I'm going to go ahead and group it because that's what I want. Okay, does anybody see anything weird about this line? Anything weird about this line right here? And while you're looking at it, I'm going to take a drink. Gail, yes, we're in Silhouette Studio. I love Silhouette Studio. You know, I don't like subscriptions. I've never had Cricut Access. I've never had the Leonardo, whatever it is. I've never had the Glowforge subscription or to the other things. I just don't like paying monthly for things. And Silhouette, you have the one-time payment, and that's it. To me, Silhouette, while it's not as robust as, well, first of all, it's not Photoshop. So if you want to edit photos, think mainly Photoshop. Or there's a lot of things you can just use on your phone these days for photos. But to me, this is so inexpensive, and it's easier for me than a full-blown, now I can't even remember the name of it, Adobe, Patrice. Patrice has a good brain, though. She has a good design brain. There's one more complicated, and I don't remember the name of it, but if you think of it, let me know. But I love the fact that this is a one-time payment. There you go. Okay, what is the latest version? Kathleen, I'll have to look here in just a little bit. I can probably tell by clicking on something. Remind me, and I'll look again. So here's the deal. Visit with friend. Now, when I made my sign, which since I'm sharing my screen, it's going to be right here. I took that whole line out because I also saw together enjoy, which is a little weird way of saying, you know, enjoy each other's company. But I wanted mine to be more square and not so tall. So I took it out. But as I was playing around with this, hey, Uni, as I was playing around with this, I noticed, well, this is the same font. And so I selected Make Memories, and I said Object, Ungroup, and then I just selected yes, did Command C for copy, Command V for paste, and I moved it up. Now I noticed that it was taller. So now let's just drag it a little smaller. And I also want to ungroup this because I don't like how far away that D is. So we're just going to select those, move them over. And now I can select this whole line and go back and group it. And then so it's not so wide. I could make the whole thing smaller height and width. I would rather mainly just change the width. Okay. All right, so let's start at the top now. Let's start doing some colors. Yes, missing S on friends. I just thought that was so funny, but you do have to be careful when you're getting designs because, and Delonda's talked about this before, people misspell things. They left off the S. My S is still larger than the D, but I'm not going to fret about it. So check your design. So let's start at the top. Porch rules. I want to go right here. So this is the fill panel. I like how you see all these things over here in this new version. But we're going to go to fill style. And you know I'm a pink girl. So we're going to turn it pretty bright. Let's go with that one. I'd kind of like to go between those. And if you notice, watch this circle change. So there it is on the lighter one. There it is on the darker one. It looks like it's just moving straight between them. Let's see. I can drag it down a little bit. Did it even change? Did it change? Let's go to this dark one. Okay, yeah, it got a little bit lighter. And then if I compare it to this one, it's darker than that. So I'm going to leave it this color. Yes, Shay, pink, pink. Yes, Kristen, I could have done that one too. That was even smarter because it's the right size. Kristen, you are always thinking. That would have been better to duplicate this because it would have been the right size. Okay, now I think this needs a little zhuzhing up, if I said that correctly. If I didn't, just pretend like I did. So we are going to, first of all, I want to go back and get rid of any black lines that are still around those. And I see I need to group some things, but we're going to deal with all that. So let me go to panels, line style, and we're going to change the lines to transparent so that I really see what I'm going to be getting. Okay, so I thought this needed something. And I hate to even show my sign now because since I knocked it off at the beginning of this live, I've got black things on it that are just marking it up. You'll see it in the video and those weren't there. Okay, but here's what I did. I went to offset and clicked on offset and it's set pretty small. Let's go. I don't want it huge. I think I have 2 offsets on there. I can't tell because my eyes aren't great. But I applied. Oh, I just offset the whole thing. Okay, hold on. Don't watch me for a minute. I'm messing up. I've grouped everything. Let's just get rid of that. I offset everything. Oh my word. Let me see if I can go back enough times to get rid of my offset. Why? Okay, I think it is selecting the offsets right now. So I'm going to try to hit delete. Hopefully everything doesn't go away. Okay, I got rid of one set of the offset. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. All right, let me try to go back some more. It will not let me go back past those offsets. We're going to try this. We're going to try to just move all the good stuff off. And then we can get rid of all those offsets. Let's hope this works. Nope. I left out a bunch of letters because I haven't grouped them. Okay, Jelani, you know how you were struggling last night? Thanks for passing that on. Okay. Give me a second. I'm so sorry. So sorry. The things that really happen to us. Okay, let's see if I did that right. Yay! Okay, I want to get rid of all these offsets and ungroup my design. And then we'll be ready to keep going. Thanks, Uni. Without having the cutter, it was great. Yes, I love it. Okay, so I need to ungroup that. Object, ungroup. Now I can select just, no I can't. Okay, now I can select just the word porch. We're going back over here to the offset and we're going to make it, let's see how big we want it. Oh, offset. 0.25, let's go up just a little bit. Let's try that. Now notice each of these offsets are their own thing. So I'm going to go right up to offset and say group. So I don't have any issues again. And now I'm going to go over here to the fill panel. And I want my offset to be a real dark gray, something like that. Okay, so that's a little better. That's not what I want. My offset is still selected. I'm going to use my up arrow. And I'm going to move it up. So it's kind of like a shadow above it. So that's what I'm going to do to porch rules. Now, visit with friends. Let's see, what did I do before? I got rid of that before, but this time we're going to keep it. Let's go ahead and turn that to blue. Okay, this next layer, that's all grouped. I want it to be smaller. I want it to kind of be in the middle and not the same width. And let's turn that. What did I use? I used blue on that one. Let's go kind of an orange. And I want to make this blue a little darker. So it's there. I can drag this up, make it a little bit darker. Okay. Now I think this next line was going to be a problem. I don't think it's grouped. So we're selecting everything and we're grouping it. I did orange on this one, but I'm not going to do orange again. Let's do a little purple. Do I like that? Yeah, it's okay. So this one, I want to go back to another pink. It's a little lighter than the one above. And this one, let's try That's not bad. That's not bad. Okay, I'm going to change this. Nope, I'm going to change it to that. And then together enjoy. I'm going to go here, but I want to make it darker, so I'm going to drag this up. Okay, I don't really like this yet. It's too light. Let's move over to a little bit darker orange. How do you guys feel about that? Let's see. Purple, purple, purple. Hey, Robin. Hey, Tianda. Okay, do you guys like those colors? I still need to center it again because remember I made this smaller. I'm not sure if I centered it. But I'm going to group these two together because remember we're printing this. I'm not using HGTV. I'm not using HTV right now. So because we're going to print this for sublimation, I want to go ahead and group those together. I feel like this one also needs a little something something. So we're going to go back over here to the offset. We're going to click on offset, and that's pretty, that's a little big. I'm going to say apply, and then remember, once I hit apply, they're all ungrouped again. So we're going straight up to object before you do anything and group them. I'm going to go over here to the paint palette, and I'm going to put this dark gray as well. Now last time on this top row, I made my offset go up. So this time I'm going to drag it down. Also, I can see red cut lines around it. I'm going to get rid of those. What else? I'm going to put a little bit of an offset around this, but I'm going to leave it in the middle, or, you know, around it equally. I don't want it that big though. Just something to make it stand out a little bit better. Yeah, that's okay. We'll go up and group it. I don't know if I like that. I don't know. That's not bad. What do you guys think about that? Hey, Felicia. Okay, you guys like it? Look good? Let's go ahead and center it, and then from an up and down, let's see if anything needs to be fixed. So we're going to align everything to the center. Each line has to be its own group to work like that. And then that bottom, okay, hit back. I think I went too far on that one, so let's move the green down a little bit. I think that looks a little better. And we'll group those. Okay, so now I want to kind of squeeze things together a little bit. Let's go ahead and move everything up. And then let's move this line up because I'm trying to get this on something square. And right now it's not so square. Another thing I could do to help out is I could select this and I could just make it a little shorter. Oh, I didn't group the offset with the main part. So let's group those. And then we'll make that a little bit shorter. Let's move this up. And then together enjoy. We're going to make it a little smaller and move it up. All right. I feel like that's a little busy, a little much. I feel like taking one line out, or maybe I just make this shorter yet. I also feel like visit with friends and together enjoy is kind of the same thing. So like I said before, I took visit with friend or friends out on mine, but let's see how square this is. Okay, it's not too bad, 9.3 by 9.9, so ½ inch difference. It's going to be fine. Now, does anybody see anything else weird on this? I don't. I'm not saying you should. But does anybody see anything weird on this they think should be changed? Hey, Lolita. Thanks, Diane. Okay, thanks, Deborah. So anything else? You wish there was a comma after feel the breeze, laugh. Yes, true. Or feel the breeze and laugh. Yeah. And if I really, 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 really wanted to fix that, I could put a layer behind it. I could slice it. And then I'd have to put another rectangle behind it and slice that. You could fix that, but I'm going to leave it like this for now. Anything else? You would flip the last line, enjoy together. Okay, let's do that. Let's ungroup. And then I'm going to ungroup. I need to get rid of those lines again. Now, let me see. What do I have right here? Do I have the whole thing or just, okay, there we go. Let's go ahead and group together. So, to get these lined up, I have them a little close, but they're okay. To get them to line up, let's select both groups, go up to Object, Align, and align the bottom. And now we're going to group them back together. All right, anything else? I get the shade seat. I like that one. Porch rules, blah, 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 blah. Hey, Nikki. The lime green would look good in black. Okay, so do you mean like solid black or a black offset? Oh, whoopsie. Let me get all that together. And then let's group it. I didn't even know that one together. Let's see. I feel like we have fairly dark things. I'd like to make that lighter. Let's go back. Let's see. Laugh together on the same line and remove enjoy. Oh, laugh together. Yes, that would be cute. Okay, let's make this. Is that the color I had it, or did I have it that? I don't know what I had it. I don't know what I had it. Now let's see what happens if we do a small offset on that. Just a small one. I don't want it to fill in everything. Let's try that. And let's, okay, there's nothing to group together this time. Let's go over here to color palette. Make it dark. I kind of like that. It just gives it a little more definition. You guys like it that way? Kristen, I would be moving the whole thing around. Kristen, don't make me do it. Okay, I think we're gonna live with this. Oh no, those weren't grouped. Okay, so now I can center everything. And when you make a mistake like that, you can fix it, just go back. All right, so this is what we're going to go with. I'm not sure I love that green. I'm not sure. I feel like maybe the green should be here and the orange down here, but we're going with it. Okay, let's group it all. And then I'm going to save it. So this one, I'm not printing on the DTF printer, so I don't have to save it as a PNG. So we're going to say save to hard drive. And let's just call it, I'm just going to put the word porch. And I'm going to save it as an SVG. Okay. I was having a very difficult time figuring out how to print this on 13-inch wide paper. So what I'll do for sake of not driving you guys crazy is I'll go ahead and open it now with Inkscape, which you know if you watch my videos, I love to print from Inkscape. So let's go ahead and go in there. I already have it set to the right size. And there's my StreamYard. I told you don't judge me on my desktop. My desktop is terrible. Where's the one we just made? Porch, 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 porch. Where are you? Anybody see it? Did I save it to the right place? I don't know if I saved it to the right place. Oh no. Oh no. Remember I told you that earlier I couldn't get, oh there it is, Silhouette to open. So I left it open all day. Okay, let's see. File, save as, save to hard drive. Oh, okay. Yeah, I did that. I said to my desktop. So if it says replace, it was on my desktop somewhere. Oh, I see it. Okay. I'm just going to drag it right over here. And then I just stay with these default settings and I say okay. All right. Made it past that. Thank goodness. I already had my paper set for 13-inch wide by 19-inch long. That's what I'm going to print on. And let's blow it up and look at it. Here, if I change to inches, you can see it's close enough. It is close enough to being square. But I need to go up to Object and flip horizontal because I don't have my printer set to automatically flip. Now let's go ahead and print this. I'm using my Epson EcoTank 15,000. I want to have this on one-sided. It's on color, but I want to do high quality. So I'm going to go ahead and say print. And, hold on. Okay, it's all good. Okay, so while that's printing, we can go ahead and get our canvas prepped. But give me just a second. All right, let's print that out. Now we can stop sharing. And for anyone that came in a little bit later, first of all, let me find my StreamYard. There it is, there it is, there it is. For anyone that came in a little bit late, I have a video coming out tonight or tomorrow, probably tomorrow, where I did the same design that I did on my shirt. This is DTF, and I put it on a canvas board. It turned out really cute. And then I also put a DTF design on a painted piece of wood. I painted it with chalk paint. Now, it looked really great until the beginning of this slide when I knocked it over, and then it got black markings all over it. But other than those black markings, that's what it looks like. It turned out really nice. They both turned out just beautiful. I'm very, very happy with how they both turned out. Just finished grilling some hot dogs. Now you can concentrate on the stream. Thank you, 755. You like the DTF print on my shirt? Yeah, I think this is so pretty. One thing I have noticed is I think I need to adjust some of the print settings because I feel like this was more pink in the actual design. So my print settings are off a little bit. Hey, Rosalind, welcome. Thank you. Okay, so like I said at the beginning, we're going to go back old school, back to the beginning of when many of us were doing sublimation. And we're going to sublimate this on a canvas, but you can't sublimate with vibrant colors directly on a canvas. So we're going to use film. It is lamination film. Now, maybe you've seen where people use the laminating pouches, like the Scotch brand. Those are 3 millimeters or 0.3 or 0.03. They're a certain unit that is 3 times thicker than the film I'm using. I did not enjoy the Scotch lamination pouches at all because it just felt like they were sitting on top of my canvas. And so I ended up getting some lamination film that is thin. And I had one person complain that it was so thin that it rolled up. Well, yes, it's thin. It's been on a roll for months and months. And so that's what it does. Let me show you. You pick it up, it wants to roll. If you lay it down, there, it just rolled right back up. So here's what I do to deal with that. Victoria's Creations, I don't know if you saw my comment. I have not used one of those Amazon bobbin jet in my machine, so I'm going to try it out before I put a link out there. Okay, so here's what I do to fix it. First of all, let me open this. This canvas is a Master's Touch, which I believe these are from Michaels, 12 by 12. It came in, there were at least 3 in the pack because when I started my video to make those, there was 3 in the pack. I might have already used one before, I don't know. But these, I actually think these are pretty nice. Now, I still get canvases at the Dollar Tree store, but this is a big one and it's square, and I wanted it to be square. I still want to break out in an old song now about being square. But then again, I'm old and many of you won't know the song. But if you do, put it in the chat. Okay, so to make it where it's not just wanting to roll up, or it's not going to roll up, I put a piece of paper under it. Hey, Don. Oh, Denzel, you're saying hello to the other Marilyn. Hello, other Marilyn. Okay, so I put my canvas board on a piece of butcher paper. Then I put the film over the canvas board, and it's bigger than the canvas board, but it needs to be smaller than your butcher paper. I like being able to see the chat. That's right, Bobby. I'm a month older than you. Either you will always hold that over my head, or I will always hold that over your head. I'm not sure which. Yes, C. Mills. Is it to be square? Okay, sorry. Then, I know you can't see it yet. I'm going to show you in a minute. I smooth out the lamination film. Don't let the paper come up though. And I tape it down. Okay, so now we're going to do the same thing at the bottom. Just make sure that it's not bunched up or something. And then it is wanting to roll up on the sides. So in true Maryland fashion, I'm going to use a lot of tape, and I'm going to tape the sides. because you know I have an investment in tape. That tape company that I invested in. All right, so here's what it looks like. I don't have any tape on the canvas board. The tape is to the paper below the canvas board. And I meant to preheat this canvas board, pre-press it, because there's moisture in these. We're going to move forward. We're going to move forward. Let's see. Okay, so right now this is at 310, 311 degrees. That's hot enough to get this lamination film down, but I want to put something over it because I don't want the lamination film to stick to my top platen. Okay, yes, I know. I know. You don't have to tell me. I need a bigger table or less stuff on it. Ha! Naomi. Oh, Donzel. Okay, so I got that in the middle of that. Then I have my, ooh, that has wet on it because I had a wet cut down there. Okay, we don't want to use that. Let's find another really large one. That's not big enough. Okay, I have a big one over on my 16 by 20. Hold on, let me grab that. You'll see in the video that I preheated the canvases. You want to do that, but not super hot, not super long. And sometimes you'll get bubbles on the back side of them. A lot of the times you'll see steam, and you know that there was liquid in there or moisture in there. Okay. So the last thing that I did on here was either the canvas board or the piece of wood. So the pressure should be okay. It was pretty tight when I did it, so it's a little tight. You almost let me do that, didn't you? You almost let me do that. Donzel, what were you thinking? What were you thinking, Donzel? Okay. So I'm going to let that sit under there about 15 seconds and hopefully it doesn't melt. It's been many, many years since I've did this. Hey, Candy, welcome. All right, let's see what I was going to do. All righty. I think it's okay. Bring it to the table. It's pretty hot on my hand, but that looks very good. That looks very, very good. We're going to deal with the excess lamination film here in just a minute. I'm going to keep it taped down so I can show you, and you can see the texture of the canvas in this, which is what I love about the really thin lamination. Hey, Andrea. Okay. So you see, can you see the texture? I don't know. This is a glossy lamination film. I would love, 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 love to buy some of the matte in this real thin, but I don't want to spend the money on it because I don't really use this process anymore. But they do have it in a matte version also. But the matte version, as I recall, costs quite a bit more than this one. This one I got a huge roll for not much. Okay, still have a little tape on there. Come off. There you go. There you go. Good job. Okay. Let me turn this guy on because this is what's going to fix those sides. I know I do. Right here. Right here I have it. Shamika, I got it on Amazon. And I kind of searched for a while to find a really inexpensive one. If you're interested, I can go into my Amazon history, find it, and post it. We'll see. I'm curious now. I mean, I bought this years and years ago, so I'm curious how much it is now. But did anybody else in the comment section, if you've been doing sublimation for a few years or more, did you guys do this hack too? Because when I was starting, this was all the rave. All the rave. Okay, got a little bit of tape right there. We're not going to worry about it. We're not going to worry about it. Okay, so right now I have my canvas board. Just like you do when you're sewing, I'm going to clip those corners. And I'm not going to be too picky about how this goes on the live here, but I'll show you how I do it. And I know I have an old video. I hate to even mention old videos because Lord knows what they might be like. Whew. Okay. Yeah, Shamika, this is way better than that. But you do have to deal with the curling issue. Okay, so the next thing that I do is I make it where that extra lamination film is going over the side. And then I've done this a couple different ways. I'll show you this way and then I'll talk to you about the other. Start on the top and iron over the side. I don't know if I'm leaving that heat on there long enough. We'll see here in a minute. The other way is pretty easy to do on a swing away press. Maybe even the other type of press. Okay, that looks good. Oh, hush. Okay, so now you can see this is the one that I ironed it. It's very smooth and it's just slightly to the back side. I have 3 more sides that I haven't done yet. So another way that you can do this, it's going to look kind of silly, but make sure that it's rolling this way. You can go to your heat press and it's going to be kind of hard on this one. Can you guys see me? With this stand here, I can't really do it. Well, basically, you put it on there and then you roll it. And I think I showed this in an old video as well. And that does a great job too. So I rolled it from about here to here. And then this is still sticking up. For now, we're going to move forward. All right, let me look and see. Hold on, give me a minute. Let's see, let's see, let's see. Amazon, my orders. Let's look for film. I can't have bought too many types. Oh yeah, I can. I bought a lot of different types of film. Why is it coming up with all these? I have 2 pages of stuff that supposedly has the word film in it. It's going to be one of the first things. Self-adhesive, blah, blah, blah. Okay. I don't remember if it's laminating or lamination. Here we go. Okay, 1.5 mil. It is 25 inches wide by 200 feet for $27.37. Let me go ahead and put that in the chat if you're interested. If you have a friend that's local to you, you could easily split this. Then it only be like 14 bucks a piece, and you would have a ton. which is the good thing. It lasts forever. Okay, so I think, Gail, this is your first time to see it. How would you change the color on your printer if your color's not correct? So my DTF printer, I've got to get into the print settings and see. I'm not sure because I recently changed the print head on it. And so I just need to get in there and play around with it. I can probably look for a YouTube video on it, but I just feel like if you look at this design on Etsy, not Etsy, Creative Fabrica, I didn't link this one, did I? I should put it in there in case anybody's interested in it. I think that in Creative Fabrica, this is pinker and that this is more red. So, but that's a super cute, super cute. Again, as long as you're doing this on a white shirt or a very light shirt or a bag and it's polyester, you could sublimate that. I would too, Gail. But now I have somebody in chat from Web City, which is 40 minutes away. Okay, so we're going to pretend like this canvas board is ready, even though I still have some that I'll have to touch up later. I don't want to take your time doing that. Okay, but it looks good. Hopefully you can see that you see the texture of the canvas board when you're using this thin film. Okay, so here's my print. Of course it's backwards because on 99% of the things that you're doing with sublimation, you're going to print backwards. The only time you don't print backwards is if you're putting it under glass that has the coating on the bottom, or like I have some of that PYD Life sublimatable acrylic, and basically you're putting it on the back, so you're seeing it through the acrylic, you flip it and you press it. But most of the time, you are going to mirror your design. Now, let me cut this down a little bit. This paper is 13 inches wide, so it's going to be a little bit wider than my canvas, which I think is perfect because this is in the center. And if I have equal amounts of extra paper on both sides, it should be fairly centered. Now I'm really upset because I see some red around my black down there. So I probably still had the line on there in red and it was thicker than, I don't know. But I see a little red. It's going to be okay. Okay, so I'm going to flip my canvas over so I can see when there's equal amounts of extra paper on the two sides so that it hopefully gets pretty straight. Okay, that looks pretty good. From top to bottom, I think it's going to be good. What I like to do on a lot of sublimation things like this on harder surfaces, I like to put the tape on the back. Now hopefully, I don't want that much tape. Hopefully the tape's going to come off the back, but it'll be okay if it doesn't. And I probably wouldn't even have to have the tape, but you know me, I'm a tape girl, so I'm doing tape. Just a little bit so that it doesn't shift as I put it on my press over here. Okay, so I don't really need anything under it to protect anything, but I do want to put a piece of paper on top of it because this is Koala brand sublimation paper. I can't remember, it's the only brand I have in the large paper. I can't remember if it bleeds, but if it bleeds through the back, I don't want it getting on my press because then that can transfer back to other projects. So, the paper that I used before to tape my film down to will work perfectly fine. Oh, I need to turn the heat up though. So with sublimation, I'm going to turn this heat up. I'm going to turn it up to 385. What should I do it for? 50 seconds? I think I'll do 385, 50 seconds. Let's try that. Let's try that. Hey Eve, I saw you. I hope you're feeling better today. Hey, we're going old school. We're going back to 1 full minute. Remember when we used to do 400 for 1 minute on everything also? Back years ago, that's what it was. 400 for a minute. Eve, how are you? Okay, you are good. I was so glad to see in your live that you at least got outside, that you were able to get outside. Hey, April, welcome. Patrice, if you're in here, you hear that? All right, let's see what we're up to. 331. It's going to take just a few minutes to get it heated up. You were creating cookies, but payday is too far away. I made peanut butter cookies with Ritz crackers and half dipped in melted Hershey Kisses. Oh, that sounds so good. You hear it, Patrice? In my videos, so like the video where I made this shirt, I did something and I just put my hands down, and as I was putting my hands down, that thing went and I could hear it. So I stood here like this for the 45 seconds it takes, or whatever it takes. I don't know what it takes. Waited for it in and kept going with the video. Noisy thing. Okay, 353. It just changed. Okay, so we have 62 people signed up for the Bowl Cozy Zoom, the Bowl Cozy Zoom. And a week ago today, yeah, it's working. It's working great. A week ago today in that live, I had all the items you need for the Bowl Cozy Zoom. And then I also posted something first in the members post, and then I did a whole channel post with everything that you would need if you're doing the Zoom. So the big thing is 2 pieces of fabric that are 10 inches by 10 inches, either matching or coordinating. 2 pieces of batting. I do mine 10 inches by 10 inches. Some people make them a little smaller, like 9.5 by 9.5. I do mine the same size. Let me grab my Bowl Cozy and show you. Let's see, you also need thread, scissors, all the basic stuff. I put my Bowl Cozies, I about said in the oven, in the microwave. So I'm going to use all cotton fabric. I have all cotton thread, and then I have the Wrap and Zap, the all cotton batting that can go in the microwave. So 2 pieces of fabric, thread, batting, and then just basic things, scissors and all that stuff. But please have your fabric and your batting cut out when the Zoom starts. That'll streamline things a lot. And people cut things at such different speeds. I'm usually the slowest, so if you have it all cut out. Now, if you haven't registered and you want to register, you can go back, look at that post. You do have to register, and then Zoom sends you the email with the link. So I don't send anything. Zoom sends it to you. Now, I will try, in case something happens and you can't find your email from Zoom or something, I'll try to watch. I don't know where I'll watch, where I would watch for you to tell me that you're having a problem. You could message me on Facebook, and I'll try to watch that, for the first 15 minutes or so. And I'll start watching it maybe 15 minutes before the Zoom. Okay, doing straight corners or rounded corners. So I do straight corners. I've done the rounded corners before, And they're cute, but I like the straight corners, so that's what I'll be doing. I will show how if you want to round them, you can, but I'm going to be doing straight corners. Already cut. Oh, what are those called? Cakes? What are the 10-inch by 10-inch? Fabric cakes or something like that? That is cheating, Kristen, but I love it. Okay, so we are at 388, and I did decide to do it for a full minute. I'm looking for it. It's right in front of my face. Alrighty. So hope it turns out well. I'm going to put something else over this one side because I can see some of that film over there, and I don't want that film to stick to my heat press. All right, this makes me nervous. It's been so many years since I've done this process. Gail, I do 2 pieces of the batting. 755. I'm not going to burn myself. Now, when I take it out, I will. I'll use the glove. Hey, Linda Gray. Okay, 30 seconds. Hope it works. I did not pre-press the canvas to remove the moisture, which I always used to do. But since the film is what takes the sublimation, hopefully it'll be fine. All right, the moment of truth is almost here. Uh-oh, it's stuck. Come off of there. There we go. There we go. Okay, I am going to get another glove. Give me just a second. It doesn't match, but who cares, right? Alrighty. I don't want the paper to shift on accident and cause blurring. I'm just going to set it down. Guys, I am nervous. Kathleen again from Web City, which is near Joplin. Which, when I go to Joplin, it takes about an hour to get to Michael's or Joann's, which, you know, Joann's going out of business. And Web City is on this side of, ooh, that looks good, of Joplin. Okay. Woo! I see those red lines that I told you guys about. I don't know what I did there, but I see the red lines. It looks good. Can you see it? Okay, we'll just turn you off. And then I want to talk about, because it is really humped up, I want to talk to you about what I did with this one to deal with the hump. Okay, that's not bad now. Here it is. It looks good. I see some red around some of the letters. I don't know if that's from Silhouette. I don't know if my black ink is bleeding red, which can happen. But I have not had it ever happen with Hippo ink. I had it happen with, no, it's the paper. It's the paper. I've never had it with paper except for an old version of, it was, I don't want to say the brand in case I'm wrong, because I don't want to say something negative about them. But I have a video where I tested out different inks from a few years ago, 4 years ago, and there was one of the inks that would bleed red. I don't usually use the koala paper. It could have been the paper. It could have been, I don't know what it was. It could have been when I designed it. But There it is. There it is. Now, one thing that I have done before, I don't mind this glossy, but one thing that I have done before is I've taken a matte, M-A-T-T-E, that type of sealant, spray sealant. I used to use Mod Podge spray sealant in matte. I think I still have some. I don't even know if they make it anymore. But let me grab it. Okay. If you don't like the glossy Mod Podge matte, this is almost empty. I've used that. And when I bought this, I was having a hard time finding it. I bought 5 cans. I have this Krylon Low Older Clear Finish. Also, it says in matte. If you don't like something glossy like this, I don't want to spray in here, but you can very lightly do it from a distance away. Don't be like me and be heavy-handed and have it running. A little bit at a time. Thin little coats. And that will help degloss this. But I think it's cute. Let me show you the red. See, look at the top of this one. See a little bit of red up there? It's only where there's black. It is only where there's black. So I feel like it's a paper ink combination problem. It's also around Enjoy. It's very subtle. It would not keep me from hanging this, but I can see it. Okay, the other thing is, see, it's warped. So what I would do is I'd probably flip it upside down, put it back under there. This is what I did with this one. And look, it's pretty close to being straight. I put it back under there for about 8 seconds, 9 seconds. I'm pretty sure I pressed it from this side. And then as soon as it was done, I ran it over to my 16 by 20 heat press that was cold. And I put the thing down and I left it under there for a couple hours. You could also get, you know, big books or something like that. But if it does that to you, part of that could be from not pre-pressing it. I don't know. But there are ways that you can mitigate it. It may not be exactly straight afterwards, but you can make it better. So anyway, I like it. It's cute. Let's see. Could you turn it over and put a heavy? Yes. So you could put a heavy book on it. So this is the side that's up. So if I were to do this, I'd put it back in the press for 8 seconds or so, put a heavy book or a stack of heavy books on it. I would maybe put like something under it so that your book isn't, I don't know. Put something heavy on it. Hopefully it doesn't leave an impression of the book. And leave it under there for a couple hours. I would try that. And the larger your thing is, the more warp you're going to notice. Okay, so the other thing about this file that I wanted to tell you about, I was going to show it to you, but I don't necessarily have to. Remember when we were dealing with this row with the heart and the arrows? And those arrows had all those cut lines in them. When I took it into Cricut to play with it, as if you do HTV or something, I could not get those to go away. I welded it, they were still there. So the trick in Cricut was also do a tiny little offset. Just keep your offset and get rid of the original. So when you have lines in something, group everything together, do a tiny offset, keep your offset. Okay? You guys like it? It's cute. Cute, cute, cute. So if you're interested in this design. I have it linked. You can play around with it. Kristen, you can change it all around like you talked about. I did put this link under the shirt video I did yesterday. I will also have this linked under the video that I'm currently editing for these two signs that I use DTF on. Let's see. Let me put the link for that film in there again in case you're interested. There's the film. If you're not a member of Creative Fabrica, it is a great bargain. I do not like subscriptions other than my YouTube subscriptions to YouTubers. I don't like design subscriptions. I don't do them. Let's see, anything else? Saturday, don't forget the Bull Cozy Zoom. You do have to be pre-registered. Have your fabric pre-cut, 10 inches by 10 inches. Have your, I'm still sick and the meds are making me feel off. That's wood you're using. Ugh. Okay, yes. So the one I did today was canvas. This was wood. And then this was canvas. That's the color the wood was. And I used chalk paint on it. I did 2 layers of chalk paint. And I tried to have it where you could still kind of see some of the grain through it. I didn't want it a solid white. And then at the beginning of this live, I dropped it and it got scarred up. Got all scarred up. But it's going to be fine. All right. Yes, 1 p.m. Central Time. You have to register through the link that I put in the community post. And your email will come from Zoom. They will send your link to the same email you used to register. So, have a lot of you guys gotten the links already? I assume you got them right after you registered. Let me know. And then after you guys let me know that, I think we're done. I think we're done. I enjoy doing the design stuff once in a while. I know in a live, because I don't want to keep you on here for 4 hours. I know it goes pretty quickly. But again, I'm going to do a pre-recorded video on just kind of moving these things around and making it the way I want it. Hey, Addie. Thank you. Thank you. All right. You saw an email about Zoom but didn't open it. Okay. I think you guys probably got them. But like I said, I will keep an eye on Facebook messages for about 15 minutes before the Zoom and right when the Zoom is starting, and then I'll be in the Zoom, so I won't be able to. But I don't even know how to get a link to it to you. But just check to make sure you have an email, okay? If something bad happens, we'll do some more stuff. But hopefully you'll be able to be there. Thanks, Diane. M&T, what'd you say? I missed it. M&T. What did you say? Because somebody said they're glad they're not the only one. Oh, I don't know. I don't know, and I'm probably not going up far enough. Sounds like me too. Okay, I think you're talking to Naomi anyway, so I think we're good. Oh, thank you, Karen. If you don't mind, please hit that like. I would love that. And let's see. Demps. Okay, good. Yes, I just thought of it when I was looking to see if you were still here. Demps and I are going to stitch out. Demps, are you going to do the one that you did today? Are you restitching that out? Or are you going to be sewing something? I'm going to be stitching out this. And the thing I was waiting to do was to add stippling to it. I added the stippling yesterday. So I'm going to stitch this out with stippling tomorrow. If you don't know what stippling is, it's the little stitches that go all over this. And then if I like it with the stippling, because these are pretty cute without it, but I just feel like something's missing. I might just use white stippling, but I think, you know, even just the texture of it adds so much. So if it stitches out well, and I like it because I haven't stitched it out with the stipple stitch yet, then I'll post it in the members tab, or in the community tab, members only. And then I've had a couple people ask me if it's in Etsy. I'll put it in Etsy probably for a month because, you know, it costs money to put these in Etsy. This one is in Etsy and I haven't had any sales. So I don't know that my embroidery is going to be like Etsy worthy, but I'll put it in there for a little bit. Okay. Tianda, send me that file. Send me that file. I could work on it tonight. All right. Now, tomorrow morning, we are going on 11 o'clock a.m. Central Time, noon Eastern Time, and I think we're all caught up. Let's see. I am still off. What time tomorrow? Tomorrow, it's going to be... Oh, good. You're still off work? I mean, you're off this week, so you could be with us stitching along. It's going to be no dims. I don't think it's Etsy worthy. 11 o'clock Central, noon Eastern. I think it's going to be fun. All right. Thanks, Bonetta. Happy birthday, Unbiased. Congratulations, Dorica. And if I missed anything, I apologize. But I will hopefully see a lot of you guys tomorrow morning. And then I'll see a lot of you guys on Saturday. All right. Thank you guys so much for being here. Stitching, not so much. Okay. Oh, Jennifer. It's going to be on Dempsey's channel. We do not split comments because then you split communities, and it's on Dempsey's. Everything, it's not going to be streaming to mine also. It's just going to be on Dempsey's. You're welcome, Dorica. All right, I will see you guys then tomorrow or Saturday or Sunday evening in Eve's Live if she's going on, if she can make it. I don't know when the So Good is this weekend, but watch for posts for that. Oh, good, you got your fabric. Okay, so Victorious Creations, which link? The bobbins that you had asked for the link for. I want to try one before I put a link out there. If you're talking about the Zoom link, I would say try to go in and register again. And if that doesn't work, if you don't get a link, check your spam, check all that. But which link were you talking about? Patrice, do you know when you guys are going to do So Good this weekend? So Gail, the collab with me is tomorrow morning, noon Eastern Time, 11 Central Time. Oh, your materials are good to go. Awesome. Thank you, Kelly. Yeah, we went way back old school. Okay, you don't have a link for the Zoom. Victorious Creations. Why don't you try to re-register and see if it comes that way? Okay, you haven't decided yet. And if you still don't get one, send me an email and I'll figure out how to get a link to you. But hopefully it comes through the registration, and that's not going to be the typical thing, because I don't know how with me being my first Zoom, I don't know how I'd react to it not working right. I might just break down. Okay, but yeah, try to re-register for it, see if you get a link, and if not, email me, makingwithmarilyn@gmail.com. So thanks, GD's Boutique, or Promotions tab. Hey, Anita. Oh, it's okay. We're actually getting ready to get off here, but we made this porch sign. So if you're interested, we go through the design and then we go through how I made this. All righty. I will see you guys hopefully tomorrow morning. If not, I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.